Stop scrolling for a moment. Seriously. Pause. Look at the screen in front of you. Now ask yourself something simple but unsettling. Are you completely sure that what you're seeing right now is real? Every day, without your awareness, your perception is being pulled, stretched, and shaped by forces you never consciously approved. You scroll, you click, you listen, and it all feels like your choice. But behind the scenes, something else is happening, something deeper. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your beliefs, interests, and preferences may not actually be yours. Beliefs don't appear out of nowhere. They're built slowly, shaped by repetition, familiarity, and the voices you hear most. The more often something shows up in your world, the more true it begins to feel. Your beliefs have been engineered long before they ever felt true to you. Plato warned us about this thousands of years ago. He said most of us live like prisoners, staring at shadows on a cave wall and mistaking those shadows for reality. The only difference today is that the shadows are in 4K, sharper, brighter, and more convincing than ever. Think about your morning. You wake up, you grab your phone, you enter a digital world on TikTok, a world that feels familiar, comforting, and tailor-made just for you. But none of it is random. Your feed is engineered. Every post you watch, every recommendation, every headline is chosen by an algorithm with one purpose: keep you watching. Algorithms don't show you what's real. They show you what keeps you engaged. It reinforces what you already believe. It filters out what might challenge you. It narrows your world until you're living inside a digital echo of your own mind. And it's not just shaping what you see. It's shaping what you want to see. Ads you barely noticed. Trends you didn't ask for. Products that just happened to appear. All of them push your desire in a certain direction. You think, I chose this. But often, the choice was built for you. You only clicked the final button, because the human brain doesn't reject what it sees often. It absorbs it. A product you've seen 10 times feels safer than one you've never seen. That's how preference is built, quietly, invisibly, over time. Plato said, "Those who tell the stories rule society." And right now, the storytellers have more influence than any king or emperor in history, because your reality is shaped by corporations that decide what gets amplified and what gets buried. It's shaped by lobbyists and think tanks writing laws before the public even hears about them. Most people don't realize this, but a handful of corporations own almost everything you watch. Movies, news networks, radio stations, streaming platforms, all under the same umbrellas. When the gatekeepers are few, the narratives become narrow, all filtered through profit, not pure truth. Plato captured it perfectly when he said, "Knowledge without justice ought to be called cunning rather than wisdom." Influence without accountability is not wisdom, it's manipulation. And now we've stepped into something even stranger, the age of digital illusion. Voices can be cloned, faces can be swapped, events can be fabricated with frightening accuracy. But the most powerful illusion isn't deepfakes, it's personalized reality. The fact that two people in the same house can scroll through completely different worlds. The algorithm doesn't just show you content, it builds a world tailor-made to your tendencies. Two people can look at the same event and walk away with two completely different realities simply because their feeds told them different stories. Repetition doesn't just convince you, it hardwires you. The more an idea echoes back to you, the more it moves from maybe to obviously until it becomes part of your identity, without you noticing. Take a breath. This sounds dystopian, and parts of it are. But the goal here isn't fear, it's awareness. Propaganda isn't new. Propaganda has been around for as long as human communication itself. Kings used it to justify wars. Religious leaders used it to spread doctrine. Even ancient societies carved messages into stone to influence how people thought and behaved. The difference now is speed, scale, and precision. And no, not everything is a conspiracy. Sometimes it's simply profit. But Plato warned us clearly. The greatest deception is believing your captors have your best interests at heart. So how do you break free? How do you reclaim your mind in a world that's constantly shaping it? You start by auditing your inputs. When you watch a post online and something triggers you, pause and ask, who benefits if I believe this? Every headline is written to trigger something in you: outrage, fear, excitement. When you pause and ask who benefits from that reaction, you break the spell long enough to think clearly again. Seek friction instead of comfort. Follow voices you disagree with. Hearing opinions you disagree with forces your mind to stretch. It sharpens your ability to reason instead of react. You look outside your bubble. Clarity comes from contrast, and you slow down. You don't need to react instantly. You take a moment to think, verify, and breathe. Plato believed the highest form of human achievement was independent thought. He said, "The mind that is not questioned becomes the mind that is conquered." Influence will always exist. There will always be narratives and people trying to steer your perception. But the moment you start questioning, everything changes. The shadows lose their power, and you stop being the prisoner staring at illusions. You become the one who steps outside the cave, the one who sees the world clearly on your own terms. So the next time you pick up your phone, make sure you are the one making the choice. If this opened your eyes even a little, don't let it stop here. Question what you see. Question what you're told. And question the systems shaping your reality. Subscribe for more videos like this. Videos that help you think deeper, see clearer, and take your mind back. And tell me in the comments, what part of reality do you want to understand next? See you in another video.